Hello students, welcome to the third lecture of Module 2 in Emerging Domain in Electronics Engineering. In today's lecture, we will discuss and understand common base configuration of BJT. In the last lecture, that is lecture number 2 of Module 2, we ended with the topic that how to make transistor as a two-port network. So what was a two-port network? A two-port network was a network which is having two ports. One is input port and the other is output port. So if we have to form a two-port network, we need four terminals. Like, let us recall. This is a two-port network having two ports. One is input and the other is output. This one is input port and the other is output port. So we need four terminals in order to make a two-port network. This is 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now we want to form BJT as a two-port network, but as we can see we need four terminals. In BJT we are having three terminals only. So what we have to do is we have to make one terminal common for both the ports. In order to convert a transistor or in order to make transistor as a two-port network, what we have to do is we have to make one terminal common to both the ports. And on the basis of which terminal you are making common to both the ports, the BJTs is of three types, or you can say the configurations of BJT is divided into three types. That was common base, common emitter, and the third one is common collector. In the case of common base, you are making the terminal base, that is the base terminal, common to the input as well as to the output port. In the case of common emitter, you are making the emitter terminal common to the input and the output port of the network, and same is the case with the common collector. So let us start with common base configuration. First of all, we must understand how to draw the circuit diagram of common base configuration. Always remember, we are going to make the configurations in active bias. That means we will draw the circuit such that we will active bias the transistor. Because why active? Why we are going to bring the transistor in the active mode of operation? Because in the active mode, transistor behaves as an amplifier, which is the most important application of a transistor. So let us draw the diagram. For that, first of all, we will draw the symbol of NPN transistor. We are preferring NPN transistor. We have discussed it in the previous lectures. So we will draw the symbol of NPN transistor. This is emitter, base and collector. Now we have to bring it in the active region of operation. So we have to forward bias the emitter base junction and the reverse bias the collector base junction. So emitter base junction, this is of N type, this is of P type, this is of N type. In order to make it forward bias, I need to connect the battery such that the negative terminal is connected to the N type semiconductor and the positive is connected to the P type semiconductor. Similarly, in order to reverse bias the collector base junction, what I have to do is I have to connect the N terminal, that is the N type semiconductor of the junction, to the positive terminal of the battery and negative terminal to the P type semiconductor. So this is the common base configuration. Now what is the voltage between these two terminals? It is between emitter and base, so it is VEB. This is similarly, this is VCB. So this is VCB. Now let us show the direction of currents. Always remember, the emitter direction is always shown to you, emitter current direction. So this is IE. And now we have to draw the two currents in such a way, that is IB and IC, in such a way that the three of the currents satisfy the transistor equation. And what was transistor equation? It was IE equals to IB plus IC. So IE direction will be always shown to you through the symbol, and you have to draw IB and IC direction in such a way that the three of the currents satisfy the transistor current equation. So it will be like this: IB and IC. So this is the direction of the currents. Now only one thing is left, that is to name the batteries. So remember one thing, the notation that we use in order to indicate the batteries, the terminal which is common, we don't use that name. So if base is common here, so this battery will be only VEE, and base is common here, so it will be only VCC. So very simple. Don't cram the diagrams, draw them by a certain logic when you understand it, all right, and then draw the diagram. So this is how we draw the diagram for common base configuration. And let us draw the representation of the symbol also, so that we can understand the working very easily. This is how we draw the diagrams. Now this is VEB and this is VCB. Now let us start. First of all, we know that we will start from the very first transistor current equation, that is IE equals to IB plus IC. Now when we learned the working of the NPN transistor, in active mode in the previous lecture, we simply saw how the currents are constituted and made a current equation for the transistors. Now this equation will be always followed for the transistors. One thing which we did not consider while discussing the operation of or the working of NPN transistor was that we were discussing that 98% of the electrons from the emitter will reach the collector. But as you know that the collector base junction is reverse bias, so we neglected the reverse saturation current that will flow in the collector base junction because it is reverse biased. And we know that the reverse saturation current is due to the minority carriers. We did not discuss it in the previous lecture because that current is so small that it will be neglected. But here when we are learning the common base configuration in detail this time, we have to consider that also, so that we can understand the operation and the characteristics very clearly. So this was the transistor current equation that we made. Now the collector current was majorly due to the 98% electrons that were coming from the emitter to the collector. So that was the majority current. So and minority because collector base junction was also reversed. So this is the leakage current, you can say. Reverse saturation current is nothing but the leakage current. Alright. So here first of all we should understand that the collector current is composed of two components. One is due to the majority and the other is due to the minority. The majority one is the one that we discussed while discussing the operation or learning the operation of NPN transistor. Now the minority, from where this minority has come, you neglected the fact that the collector base junction is reverse biased. So in the reverse biased junction, a very small current flows due to the minority carriers also. So here we have discussed it in detail that the collector current is not only due to the majority but it is also due to the minority carriers. Now as you can see, let us see the current gain. What is the current gain in common base? I am writing the short form. So what is the current gain in general? Current gain is simply the output current upon input current. If you are asked to tell what is voltage gain, then simply output voltage upon input voltage. So current gain is, we always denote the current gain in common base by alpha. So wherever you find this alpha, just get to know that this is the current gain in common base configuration. It is output current upon input current. Output current. Now let me tell you one thing. When we will be learning common base, always remember this, that the terminal which is made common, here base is made common, so the base current will never come in the formulas that we will learn further. So the terminal which you have made common, the current of that terminal which will be not into the light in any of the formulas. So output current is IC, input current is IE. So it is IC equals to alpha into IE. And this current is the one which we were talking about, the majority one that we were discussing all throughout when we were learning the operation of NPN transistor. Now there is another current that we were not including it earlier, and that is the leakage current, and it is indicated by ICBO. ICBO, what is the full form of ICBO? For remembering, you can learn it like leakage current in common base, but the actual full form is current in collector and base terminals when emitter is open. When emitter is open. So this current is the one which will be only considered, or it will only come into light when emitter will be open. Open circuit means when a circuit is open, that current is 0. So if we are saying that emitter is open, that means IE is equal to 0, and then only IC will be having ICBO. Otherwise we will be neglecting it all throughout the learning. So what is here? First of all, you should remember that the collector current is composed of two components. One is majority and other is due to the minority. Minority is coming from the reverse biasing. Now the majority, if you are talking about the current gain, it is always denoted by alpha in case of common base, output current upon input current. When you take out the output current from here, it comes to be out to be alpha IE, but you have to include the minority current also over here. It is indicated by always ICBO. For remembering, you can keep it in mind like leakage current in common base, but actually the full form is current in collector and base terminals when emitter is open. That means it will be only considered, or it will only become significant when emitter will be open or IE is equal to 0. So that is the current gain in common base. Now as you can see one thing here, alpha is equals to IC upon IE. Now looking to the, again let's move on to the transistor current equation. I hope that from here you can easily conclude that IE will be always greater than IC. IE will be always greater than IC because IE is the sum of two currents. So therefore alpha will be always less than 1. But IB is very small, so it will be neglected. So IE is approximately equal to IC, but still IE will be greater than IC. So alpha will be less than 1, but not much less than 1. I'm sorry, approximately equal to 1. It will be less than 1, but approximately equal to 1. So whenever you will do the numericals, you will find that alpha will come out to be 0.95, 0.99, 0.98 and so on. So this is what the current gain. So basically here the current gain is not taking place because the output current is either approximately equal to the input current or it is less than the input current. So common base configuration cannot be preferred as an amplifier because here the gain is less than 1. What is an amplifier? Which will reproduce your weak signal by converting it into a strong signal. So you must get some gain over there. So here it cannot be used as an amplifier. Now let us see the characteristics of common base configuration. Very important. You get a question of 10 marks in the university exams of this topic. Characteristics of common base. So whenever we talk about the characteristics is the graph between voltage and current. So in this case, when we are learning the transistors, we are having two PN junctions. So therefore we will be having two graphs, that means two types of characteristics for each of the circuits. That is input characteristic and the other is output characteristic. So first of all, let us see what are input characteristics. Input characteristics, if you are going to define what is input characteristics, so I have already told you that characteristics is the graph between voltage and current, and if it is about input characteristics, then it must be the graph of input voltage versus input current. But here one thing has to be kept constant, and in case of input characteristics, output voltage will be constant. So let us write down the definition. Graph of input current, and what is the input current in case of common base? That is IE versus input voltage. What is the input voltage? Just look back to your diagram. This one, input voltage is VEB. Input voltage VEB for constant values of output voltage. And what is the output voltage? Again, go back to the diagram and you will find output voltage to be VCB. So this is the input characteristics, that is the graph of input current versus input voltage for constant values of output voltage. So let us draw the input characteristic. First of all, we will prepare the axis. VEB. Here you will have to write IE. Write down the units also for both the things. This is how we prepare the axis. Alright, now let's draw this graph. You remember we are drawing the input characteristic curve. In the case of common base configuration, the input port is forward biased because you have biased the whole configuration in active mode. So emitter base junction is forward biased. So here the input port is forward biased. And when a PN junction is forward biased, we know how to draw the graph. The current will rise very slowly till 0.7 volt for silicon if we are taking the junction to be of silicon. So it will rise very slowly till the knee voltage, and after it will rise rapidly. I think the same way that we have drawn for the PN junction. Till here very slowly and then rapidly. Now this is the graph only for one value of the output voltage. See, you have to draw for different values of output voltage. Let it be for VCB equals to 5 volt. Okay. Now we have to, the shape of the curve will remain the same, but for different values of VCB, the graph will either shift left or it will shift towards the right. So let's see what will happen if we increase VCB. And for that we have to carefully look to this diagram, the representation one, this diagram. See, when you will increase the VCB, that means the voltage of collector base, indirectly you are increasing the reverse bias across the collector base junction, because collector base junction is already reverse biased, and if you are increasing this voltage, this means that you are increasing the reverse bias across this junction. When the reverse bias will increase, you know, according to the simple features that we have learned in the PN junction, that when the reverse biasing is increased, the depletion layer width will also increase. And due to the fact that the doping of base is very less as compared to collector, the depletion layer will extend more into the base as compared to collector. So this is the depletion layer. So as you can see, the depletion layer is depleted. That means it does not contain any charge carrier. So recombination cannot take place in the case of in this part, because the effective width of this base is very less now. It is only this much. The effective width of base has reduced. because due to the depletion layer. So the recombination is now less because the space has further reduced where recombination can take place. So IB will be reduced, whereas IC and IE will be increased. So you are drawing the graph for IC and IE, that means IE, so it will be increased, and if it will be increased, then the graph will shift more towards the vertical. That means as you will increase VCB, your graph will go on shifting towards left. That means it will start becoming more vertical, realizing the fact that the current is increasing, IE is increasing. If you would have been drawing the graph of base current, then it would have been decreasing. You would have been shifting the graph to the right side. And this whole effect is called early effect. This is called early effect. What is early effect? When VCB increases, alright, reverse bias across collector base junction increases, width of depletion layer increases, depletion layer extends more into the base because it is lightly doped. Alright, lightly doped, and thus the recombination reduces, IB reduces, but IE and IB increases. IB and IC increases. So this is how we discuss or explain the input characteristics of common base configuration. Now let's see what about the output characteristics of common base configuration. Output characteristics. For that, again, first of all, let's write the definition. Very simple to remember, graph of output current. What is the output current in case of common base configuration? It is IC versus output voltage. What is the output voltage in case of common base? That is VCB for constant values of input current. We have already learned that BJT is a current controlled device. That means all the parameters are going to depend upon the input current. We have already discussed it in the first lecture of module 2. So in this case, we should remember that fact that all the output parameters should depend upon the input current. That is why we are taking for constant values of input current, which is IE. Now let's first of all draw the characteristic curve. First of all, let's draw the characteristic curve. It is IC because the output current, output voltage, then write down the units. It is VCB and it is volts, IC in milliampere. Now, how to start discussing or understanding the output characteristic? When you are about to explain or understand the output characteristic, first of all, always write the equation of output current for common base. So output current for common base was IC and the equation was alpha IE complete equation plus ICBO. This was the equation. Now, according to this equation, start analyzing it. First point, let when IE is equals to 0, because you have to draw the graph for different values of IE. So first of all, put IE is equals to 0, then IC must be equal to ICBO. And what is ICBO? Leakage current, which must be very, very less. So it is somewhere near 0. and it is ICBO for IE equals to 0 milliampere. Alright. Now, when IE is not equal to 0 or when it becomes non-zero, then IC is approximately equal to alpha IE. Isn't it? Because ICBO is now neglected. IE has been come into light. Emitter current has already come into light. So ICBO is now neglected. And we also know that alpha is approximately 1. That is why IC is approximately equal to IE. So therefore, draw the graph simply like this. VCB will not be having any effect on the current. VCB on the output current, because this output current is being controlled by the input current. So if IE is 2 milliampere over here, it is also 2 milliampere. I am not writing the unit on the y-axis because it is already written upward. If IE is 4 milliampere, then it is also 4. If IE is equals to 6 milliampere, then it is also 6, approximately 6, because they both are approximately equal. IE equals to 8 milliampere, then this is also 8. So this is how we draw the first part, and the equation that we have written here, that is alpha IE plus ICBO, it is for the active mode. So this whole portion is called active mode. This whole portion. And if I ask you a question that what is the current even below ICBO, so you can say no current. So it is the cutoff region. It is the cutoff region. Now another thing is, if this VCB, that is the output voltage, goes into the negative side. So remember, you have made collector base junction for reverse biased in the active mode. Already you have made the circuit such that the collector base junction is reverse biased. If you are going to reverse it, that means in turn you are reverting the battery. So the junction that was reversed is now forward. And now let's go back to the circuit to understand it clearly. Look to the right hand side circuit. Now here, if you reverse bias this collector base junction, that means if you reverse the battery, that is VCC, what will happen? The 98 electrons that were coming from the emitter will be now repelled, and the collector current direction that is shown here will be reversed, because all the electrons will be now repelling. So the currents will flow towards the emitter, and therefore the collector current will flow in the opposite direction. So what will happen? The collector's current will overall start decreasing, or it will coming back to the because the current one is going forward and it has immediately now started going into the opposite direction. Overall current will decrease. So all this current will come down. And now when you have made collector base junction forward, so both the junctions are now forward, and that particular region of operation is called saturation region. That particular portion is called saturation region. So this portion is the saturation region. So this is how we draw the output characteristics of BJT. And we have shown the three regions in the output characteristics curve, that is active, cutoff and saturation. In order to explain the output characteristic, always remember that first of all write the equation of the output current, that is the collector current in the case of common base, the complete equation. Then remember the definition that you are drawing the graph for different values of IE. So put it once 0, then make it non-zero and see what happens. Then bring the graph into the negative side also, means you have to take VCB negative also once, so that to see what happens. So this is how we learn or understand the input and the output characteristics of common base BJT. Very important question, comes frequently in university exams. I hope you all must have understood. Thank you.